Hello, everybody. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome to my Becoming Natalie Dance Raw and Authentically Me series. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the importance of focusing on yourself and not others. So like I said before I go into, I hope you're doing well. And looking forward to Christmas. I've got my little tree up and yeah, what an incredible year. What happens when you focus on yourself and not others? When you stop looking at what other people have, when you stop comparing yourself to others, when you put the focus onto you. The last few months, my life has completely transformed. I've elevated. I've had more spiritual ascensions. And I think that was the last Becoming Natalie Dance for Authentically Me video that I shared, the wobble of a wobble. So if you haven't seen that, I'll tag it here. But the last few months have completely transformed the way I think, the way I feel, the way I show up every single day. And I've literally had to turn away from focusing on other people. I've taken my energy off other people and I've put it into myself. The discipline you have to have and the commitment to yourself you have to have if you really want to change your life, if you want to change internally yourself, but externally your life, is it's a practice. It is a practice. And I've been practicing this for a very, very, very long time. You know, when I was building my business, I didn't have hardly any views on my YouTube videos. I didn't even have hardly any subscribers on my YouTube video, but I was disciplined every day, no matter what other people were doing and what other people were saying to me. Oh, you know, Natalie, and maybe you should go back to the corporate world. Or Natalie, you know, maybe you should get yourself a part-time job. Or Natalie, maybe, you know, maybe it's time to give up. You know, how much longer are you going to go along like this? You know, and also, you know, having to hear other people, you know, getting clients with their businesses. And whilst I was really grateful for, you know, happy for them, rather, really happy for them, you know, I could have easily gone, oh my God, they're better than me. They're clearly doing something that I'm not doing. What is it that, you know, I was just so focused on other people, to be honest, a lot of the time when I was building my business and their opinions, and it was taking me out of my alignment. So I would have days where I was doing really well with, you know, just doing the work and being dedicated, showing up every day, recording my YouTube videos, doing Insta posts and things like that. When I would speak to these other people, it would completely take me out of alignment, And it would take me a good couple of days to get myself back. And it didn't mean that I didn't do the work, but it just didn't feel comfortable. And it filled me with dread and fear too, of the thought of having to go back to that life that made me miserable. But through the power of turning away from these people, not literally letting these people go, but turning away and focusing on me and continuing to keep moving forwards. Whilst, you know, in the end, I had like £1,500 in the bank, £4,000 on my visa. God, it was a little bit worrying. If I'd focused on it too much, I probably would have given up. And if I'd listened to these other people, I probably would have given up. You see, focusing on you and not others is really, really important. We talk about, you know, law of assumption, law of attraction. It's unseen. Manifesting is unseen to the physical eye. It's an unseen dream that we have. But I had my dream and I could see my dream. And that's what my imagination is for, because imagination, and Einstein said this, imagination is the preview of the life that is there for you. Your imagination, you're the only one that can see it, is the preview of what is there for you. And you can turn away from it, which a lot of people do, which is why they're stuck in jobs that they hate or relationships that they don't like. Or you can embrace it. And it takes a lot of strength to embrace some of these dreams, not all of the dreams, some of these dreams. But when we talk about these dreams to other people, they can really knock you off your game because they can't see it. They can't see it. You know, I remember, and this person actually didn't knock me off my game, but I remember talking to a particular person I used to go running with when I didn't have any clients, saying, oh, you know, I could bring in this amount of money if I did it this way, and I could do this and I could do that. And, you know, if I did this and I did that, you know, and it was like pipe dream stuff. But the thought came from somewhere. And I choose to believe that the thought came from the universe. The thought came from somewhere for me to then want to speak it out. But when I did speak it out to people that don't believe in law of assumption or law of attraction, I did used to feel really delusional. And so again, I urge you, stop talking about your dreams to other people if they are not aligned to knowing that anything is possible. Stop it. They'll take you off your alignment. They take you out of your alignment. They will, if you allow them to, because it's your dream. And you don't have to. There's nothing that's written in this world, written in stone, that says you have to share your dreams with other people. You don't. You don't. You know, I'm currently working on some stuff with my business. I've told somebody that's like-minded, but I don't tell a lot of people because I don't want them to knock me off my game, and I'm really enjoying the work that I'm doing. I really am enjoying the work that I'm doing. You know, there's certain things that I think about that come into my mind, and I see it in my mind of the life that I want to experience. I see it. I see little glimmers of it just popping in every so often. And I love that. And I don't share that with hardly anybody because it's my dream that I can see, that I've been given. I've been given this. I've been given this imagination to preview what it is that is there for me. And my only job is to align to that. My only job is to align to that. And a lot of people, especially if they're in a place of not feeling good about themselves, they have low self-worth, low self-esteem, or they're stuck in their program of, this is the only way I can make money, this is the only thing I can do, you know, I have to work really, 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 really hard for money, or, you know, I have to rely on that one day a month to get the salary to pay my bills. If you know, but these people, don't fool yourself in thinking that they don't have dreams. But it takes faith to follow them. It takes faith to follow them. I was just listening. What I do when I focus on me and others, I do pull my energy back. I do. I pull my energy back. I say no to what doesn't feel right. I say yes to me. It's always me first now. If I have plans with people and I don't think that I can make it, I don't beat myself up. I just say, doesn't look like it's going to be possible, because my priority is me and my life and doing things that I have to do for me to get me to where I want to be. That's how disciplined I am. You know, in the last few years of my business, I was so dedicated with my business, which I still am, but in a slightly different way now, more of a relaxed way. But I was so dedicated to delivering YouTube videos, to getting content out, to coaching clients, to having back a full diary. I was dedicated. I had discipline. Whilst other people were going out and having cocktail nights with their friends, you know, I was working. I was working, and that's why I have nearly 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, because I'm consistent. I know where I want to be. And if I'm focusing on what other people are doing or what other people are saying, it's not going to get me anywhere. I have to focus on what's right for me, what feels right for me. So if your life is currently in a place where it's not where you want it to be, and you're constantly focusing on, but they've got that loving relationship, or they're the one with the children, or they've got that great job, or they've got that great car, or they've got that great body, or they've got that great house, and you don't, and they're things that you would like to experience, you have to focus on you. Take the focus off them. That's their journey. That's what was aligned for them at that point. And what's aligned for you is aligned for you when it's supposed to be. When it is supposed to be, when it's the right and the best time for you. And maybe that means you do a lot of healing on yourself. Maybe you have to dive deep within and start to think about how you speak about yourself, how you think about yourself. If you're looking at these other people that have got more than you, more money, more this, more that, you've got to use that as feedback as well. And just, what is it that I'm doing that's keeping me stuck in this life as opposed to the life that I do want? So instead of comparing other people and thinking, oh, they're the lucky ones, they're no luckier than you. They may just be more disciplined. They may just be more committed. I know somebody that, grew up extremely poor and hungry, and she's now living in I think it's like a 1.5 million pound property. I believe she's never going to be poor. She will never be poor. She was committed to that. She was committed to that. And when you look back on her life, she worked hard to create that. She worked hard to create that, to create the life that she wanted. She had to let go of a variety of different versions of herself to keep moving forwards, no matter what her mind was telling her. And she'll keep becoming more and more successful. Your childhood doesn't have to define your now or your future unless you allow it to. Who you hung around with, who you hang around with right now. Ask yourself, are they the right people for you? Do they have really good conversations with you, or are they superficial? Do they prefer going out to get pissed all the time rather than sitting down and having a cup of tea and just talking about, exciting things? Who you spend your time with is who you will become. Who you share your dreams with these people that don't have a vision, or let's say we all have that vision, a vision of what we can do with our lives, but don't have the faith and the strength and the courage to create it. If we all had those beliefs, hardly anybody would be working in the corporate world, I swear to God. If we all had the faith, but you all have the possibility to have it, but it's whether you're determined enough. And sometimes maybe your dream, maybe the thing that you think is right for you isn't a big enough dream, which is why you give up on it. Or because you compare other people. Could compare myself to loads of other people on YouTube who've got millions and millions of subscribers, but I don't, because that's their thing. I'm just really happy with the growth and the progress and the successes that I've created from where I used to be. It's a massive transformation. That's my successes. I don't compare myself or the work that I do to anybody else. I ask every day from the universe, give me the strength, give me the creative opportunities and the ideas to keep my business ticking over, going, growing. It's very, very rare I will ask anybody for their opinion, because I trust what is coming to me is for me. Like the other day, I woke up in the middle of the night with loads of ideas. What did I do? Did I fall back to sleep? No, I got up. I was so ecstatic about these ideas. I got up and I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget it. You know, sometimes when you have a thought and then you wake up and you're like, you just completely forget it. But it was such a big feeling within me. It felt so right. So I felt so inspired by the thoughts that had come to me, the creative ideas that had flowed to me during my sleep. I woke up and I wrote it down. I didn't have to phone somebody up and say, well, you know, what do you think of this? Do you think? No, I trust. I trust. The more, if you really want something, you really want the body of your dreams. You want the big house with the big bathroom and the big kitchen to host friends, the big garden, you know, maybe you want the walk-in wardrobe, the office. If these are things that you want, don't focus on what other people have got. Focus on what it is that you want. That's it. When you start to just focus on you, you will stay more in alignment. You know, other people go, oh, well, yeah, you know, how? Logical people will go, how? Well, how are you going to do that? How are you going to get a house so you don't need a mortgage with? That is everything that you want. How are you going to be able to afford that holiday? You're going to have to get 3 jobs to be able to pay for that holiday. How are you going to lose that weight? How are you? How? That's not your business. But the thing is, when you start talking to people about your dreams and your desires and what it is that you want, they will literally, most of the time, knock you out of alignment and be focusing on the how. And then you start thinking about, well, how is it going to be possible? How? How am I going to have this successful business? How am I going to get clients? How am I going to be a millionaire? How am I going to have that body? How? It's not the how. And that starts to make you kind of feel, I mean, just even saying that, I feel a little bit like, oh, a bit anxious. How? It's not your business. Your business is to align to the version of you that is the person that has those things already. You know, obviously, law of assumption and being okay without it, law of attraction, and allowing the creative ideas to flow to you to make it happen. And not being so rigid on the how. It's like you want to be mortgage free. You want to pay your mortgage off? To say I've paid my mortgage off. My mortgage has been paid off. I no longer have a mortgage. I am the full property owner of my property. I own it outright. How? God, well, you know, it's going to probably take about 10 years for me to save up all of that money to pay that off. Or maybe if I get a second job, or no. Nobody told you to focus on the how. But when you speak to people about your dreams, they will question how you're going to make that happen. You don't. You allow what it is that you desire to come to you. And it will come to you in a variety of different ways. The right people will come into your life. If you're asking for high vibrational people, you'll be letting go of low vibrational people, and the high vibrational people will come in. They will. If you have currently got a life where it's slightly quieter, let's say, like mine is right now, slightly quieter, what are you doing with your time? Are you putting it into you? Or are you sat there going, well, how can I meet new people? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I? No. Put the focus on you. Fall in love with you. Start doing things that you love. Start becoming your best friend. Allow the creative ideas to flow to you because they will. They will. If you're not holding on to the need of it. And that's another thing that, you know, when you're focusing on other people, focusing on what they've got, focusing on what they're telling you, it's going to completely, I say it again, it's going to knock you out of alignment. I was listening to Steve Harvey. I love his journey. YouTube earlier, and I think he was about 10 years old. a little boy. He wanted to be on TV. He wrote it down on a piece of paper. There was something in school, in his lesson, in his class that day. And the teacher said, write down what it is you want to all be when you grow up. And he put, I want to be on TV. Now, Steve Harvey, I didn't know this. He had a really bad stutter growing up. In fact, I don't think he could even speak out of his home. Don't know the reasons why. He's obviously dealt with that and that trauma. But he couldn't even speak. He was stuttering. He couldn't get his words out. And the teacher called him up last to the front of the class. So he stood in front of the class. Bear in mind, this little boy, Steve Harvey, as a young 10-year-old, he was a bit excited about, oh God, maybe it's because I said the right thing. And she literally ripped him to shreds, the teacher, and ridiculed him for wanting to be on TV, especially because he had a speech impediment then and stutter, and dreadful, dreadful. But he didn't give up on his dream. She couldn't see the dream. That wasn't her business to see the dream. His business was to see the dream and to not let go of it. And 28 years later, he got on TV. He was 38. He was 38 years old. Whatever your dream is, just because other people can't see it, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It's there for you. And it's your choice then to align to that. Make a note of it, whatever it is. Maybe it's to finally be in a loving, healthy, committed relationship with somebody that surpasses your wildest dreams. And you start to have visions of what that would look like. And it creates a lovely feeling within. Don't tell other people the qualities that you're looking for in somebody. Don't talk to other people about what it is that you would love to experience. Because they will tell you, oh, wow, yeah, that's, yeah, your expectations are too high. Had that before, years ago. Your expectations are too high. Oh yeah, that's not going to be possible. That doesn't exist. Well, in their world, it doesn't exist. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist in yours. Remember what I said. Einstein said your imagination is the preview of your future. It's a preview, and you have the choice to align to that or not. It's like little snapshots of your destiny. Maybe you've always wanted to be, let's say, like a model. But somebody said, oh, you can't be a model. You've got a big nose, or, your boobs are too big to be a catwalk model, or you're not quite tall enough. If you talk to people about your dreams, about what it is that you want, there's going to be people out there that are going to tell you it's impossible. So don't talk to them. And they will come in, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this, and these are the reasons. You have to turn away from logic. And you have to remain faithful to whatever that dream, that image is that keeps coming into your mind, because it will get stronger. And it's your choice to ignore it or to follow the dream. It's your dream. You see it in here. They can't see it. That's okay. They've got their path and you've got yours. I know so many people that work really, 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 really hard with hardly anything to show for it. Constantly saying, oh, can't afford that, can't afford that, can't afford that. I know people that are working in jobs that they're miserable in, been breaking their backs in, they get paid a lot of money. So they've got the safety and security of that, having to travel up to London. They're miserable with it. I know people that are in a relationship, they're in relationships, but they're not happy. I know so many people that on the outside, when you're looking at their lives, it looks like they've got it all. but they don't. We want them to, obviously, but they don't. Not yet. So stop comparing yourself to others. Stop focusing on what other people have. Stop comparing yourself to others. Oh, well, they've got that relationship. They've got that. They've got that. They've got that. And then you look at your life and go, well, I haven't got that. Because if you're consistently focusing in lack, you're always going to get lack. And this is where gratitude comes in. You have to be grateful. You have to be grateful for everything that you've got. Everything. And so appreciative of everything you've got, no matter how small that is. There are so many rich people out there that aren't grateful for what they've got. They're miserable. Wouldn't you rather be happy than that? Of course, they can change that around. And obviously, there are a lot of rich people out there that are happy, that are grateful, because they know that that's how to be. You know, Tony Robbins is constantly talking about, gratitude. I talk about gratitude. I wake up every day in gratitude. I've had barely any sleep. I've had horrendous period pains throughout the night, getting up, having to take some ibuprofen, hot water bottles on the stomach, things like that. I got out of bed. Could have stayed in bed, of course. I got out of bed. I made myself a coffee. I got my gym kit on. I did my gratitudes, my intentions. I meditated. I spoke in who I am becoming, who I choose to believe that I am. I spoke it all in. I did all of the work. I then went to the gym. I did I think it was a 15-minute fast walk on the treadmill. I did a 40-minute yoga session. And now I've come back. I'm recording this for you all. It's discipline. That if you're speaking to other people or focusing on other people, you're going to not have discipline. You're not going to be committed because you're going to constantly be comparing yourself to other people. And like I said, I could compare myself. Imagine if I sat here now going, yeah, I'm not as good as Tony Robbins. I mean, look at him. Look at the billions he's got. Look at all the multi-million-dollar businesses he's created. And look at me. But I don't, because that's his journey and good for him. This is my journey, and I am so proud of where I was to where I am now and the confidence that I radiate. Sometimes I still think, how? I mean, obviously I know how I got here, because I kept telling myself, I kept talking myself in a way that was aligned to what it was that I wanted. From this shy little girl that, as a little girl, I couldn't even pick up the telephone. I was so fearful, hiding in meetings. Please don't see me. Please don't ask me a question, because I was so scared, because I didn't want to look stupid in front of people. I had a dream of being an actress. And maybe this is a part of the dream, being in front of the camera, which I really feel comfortable with. But that was a long process for me to get here. And maybe one day I will be on TV. Who knows? Who knows? Or maybe this is the version of TV I'm supposed to be on. Who knows? If you are looking at your life, let's say you've got a business and things aren't going particularly brilliantly, I beg you to look back on your past, or obstacles that you thought you would never overcome, circumstances you thought you would never get through, and look at where you are today. I use evidence. I don't ask people. I use evidence of my past to know, you know what? I managed to get through that. I can get through this. The universe is constantly guiding you and protecting you. It has your back if you allow it. If you allow yourself to see that. There are situations where I thought I was never going to get out of. There were jobs that were breaking me. Even, reducing my savings to £1,500. Was it? And I kept moving forwards because I kept telling myself, everything is working out for me and everything is working out in my favor, and it always has and it always will. You've always been able to get through any obstacle. So why would this be different? It's not. It's not. Fear and doubt will stop you from moving your life in the direction that you want it to go in. Fear and doubt will block you. It will keep you back. It will. So will talking to people about your dreams. So don't. The focus has to be on you. I've pulled back from, what I've realized is actually over the last few months, because I've had more calm, more me time to focus on me, to ascend to different levels. I am more trusting to a level that if it literally, I just follow this, I follow what's in here. If it doesn't feel good, it's not happening. If it doesn't feel good, that person's not in my life. It's that simple. It's selfish, but when you think about it this way, you're your point of attraction. So if you've got people in your life pulling you down, or negative people in your life, or people that are just talking bollocks and superficial shit, and you just think, why am I spending my time? I'd rather be at home listening to something empowering on YouTube, or just enjoying my own company, watching a chick flick or something, rather than wasting my time and my energy with people that don't have anything to say. Why would you want to do that? Or wasting your time consistently trying to help somebody. This might get a few comments, but trying to help somebody that isn't prepared to help themselves. Miserable. If it's making you feel miserable, you've got to pull your energy back. Your energy is everything. How you vibrate is everything. Everything. The more you can keep yourself in a beautiful place of alignment to who you are, to what you want to become, to your dreams and your desires, and you move forwards in that alignment, the universe is going to bring you, or God, you can say God is going to bring you the creative ideas, is going to bring you the opportunities, it's going to say, it's going to see that your worth and your value, and it's going to bring you more of that abundance of right people, of high vibrational people, high vibrational opportunities. You have to trust. It might be that you have to go through an element of feeling isolated. Maybe you're going to wake up on Christmas Day as it stands on your own. How many people are waking up on Christmas Day miserable in the life that they've created with the people that they have to spend Christmas Day with? Everything is always working out for you, and everything is happening for you. Use your time wisely. If you are currently in this place of isolation and you don't have a lot of people around, what can you do? Focus on you, doing your inner work, filling your cup up, learning to love yourself, learning to be okay on your own, learning to get stronger and more brave and more courageous and more fearless and more confident. Shining your truth to the world, being okay without that, using your time wisely, spending it with you, learning to love you. When you're in a place of loving yourself, when you're in a place of seeing your worth and seeing your value and loving yourself, and you've got all these beautiful dreams coming to you, your dreams, the preview of your life in here, you're going to be more accepting that this is possible, because you'll be seeing yourself in a different way. You won't be one of these people that turns away from that any longer. You won't. If you could see yourself in 4 years' time with the life that you've always wanted, what would it be? Write it down. Dream-loving relationship, being pregnant, being 10 stone lighter, traveling first class everywhere you go, having the big house, having high vibrational friends, being the host of your home, having an amazing, incredible social calendar, having an incredibly rapidly growing, successful business that just ticks over effortlessly. Maybe it's living a life of freedom, free flowing, being able to please yourself every day, travel whenever you want, whatever it is, write it down. Give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day to sit in that, bask in it. What would that feel like? Whatever your dream is, write it down. What would it feel like to wake up with the love of your life every day? What would it feel like to be treated like a queen, like a king, like a god, like a goddess? What would it feel like to finally be the person that is supported and cared for? What would it feel like to finally have high vibrational friends that are interesting to talk to, that fill your cup up? What would it feel like to have that beautiful home, to have that body that you've always wanted? What would it feel like to be going on holiday with the love of your life? Vacation. What would it feel like to see yourself as a confident, radiant, magnetic, adorable, desirable, beautiful person inside and out? What would that feel like? What would it feel like to have that incredible business, to be doing your dream career, to be receiving over £100,000, let's say, a month, effortlessly, or more? Over. I said over. What would it feel like? What would you be spending your money on? What would it feel like to wake up every day in that reality? What would it feel like? You don't talk to people about this. This is your dream. This is your life. That's why it is so important to put the focus on you and not on others. So we don't want to be comparing ourselves to others. We don't want to be holding on to people that are going to take us out of alignment. We're going to be talking to people about our dreams. Just keep moving forwards, living your best life, using your time wisely. You know, some days with my business, I was for a lot of the time, could have been like 12, 15-hour days a lot of the time. If I was lucky, I had a day off a week. Don't get me wrong. I love what I do. I will always love what I do. But it came a time where I couldn't do it that way anymore. I couldn't. So the universe literally had to take me by the scruff of my neck, pull me out of that reality. And what did I do when everything slowed down? Did I scream and shout, temper tantrum? Did I bash out another 20 million videos? And no, I trusted. I trusted that this is what was supposed to be. I trust. I let go. I surrendered. That's it. And I put the focus on me. I put more energy into me. I fell in love with myself in a way that I didn't even think was possible. And I'm sure there's going to be another level for that. My heart opened even more. I didn't turn to my friends, go, oh my God. I was like, everything's great. Everything's great. So happy. Happiest time I've had in my life in a very, very, very long time. Everything's slowed down. I don't know how everything is going to work itself out. I have dreams. I have creative ideas. I have visions. I trust. Keeping myself in alignment is my most important priority. How I feel is the most important thing in the world because I'm my point of attraction. So if somebody comes in to knock this off out of alignment, my point of attraction is going to drop. And I cannot afford for that, nor do I want that. Because I've worked very, very hard on keeping this in alignment, and I work very hard every day. I love it, but keeping myself in true alignment. And so that's why, and I've said this before, not everybody can come with you. Not everybody currently in your reality can come along in this journey because it doesn't fucking work. They can't keep up with you and the transformation of your life. Some people come for a season, some come for a reason, and some come for a lifetime. But not everybody can come with you forever. And we can't hold on to that. We have to allow that to just go. Because if you hold on to what isn't right, again, you're going to be dropping your energy. You're going to be dropping that vibration. And you are your point of attraction. This is a world based on energy, on vibration. So if you want more abundance, you have to align to that feeling within of being abundant, and holding on to people that are only going to hold you back. So many things that screams, you don't value yourself, you don't value how you feel, you're not prioritizing yourself, you're not choosing yourself, you're not looking after yourself, you are settling for less than what you deserve, you are prioritizing other people over you, you are not trusting to let go, you're not surrendering to let go so the right people can come in, so you're not trusting the dreams that are there for you, you're not trusting that the universe obviously doesn't want you to be on your own, but sometimes you have to be on your own to be able to create the space for the right things to come in. It's like being in a loving, healthy, committed relationship with somebody that you don't want to be with anymore, that isn't treating you very well. But there's a high vibrational person ready for you when you raise your vibration, but you can't raise a vibration because this person is making you feel dreadful. It's like the universe has to just kind of sit back and keep making you feel uncomfortable until the end you decide it's time to move. Which is a lovely subscriber comment. You know, the universe had to make you feel so uncomfortable to make you move. To make you move. Remember that. So yeah, focusing on yourself and not others. It's a practice. It's a practice. It's been a massive practice for me to learn to prioritize myself, to say no, and to put my needs first. It's a practice. Like I said, I've never felt so happy. I mean, I always say 99.9% of the time, because, you know, if you are a woman or you define yourself as a woman but you're a woman that has, you know, a menstrual cycle, you know, it's that can really dip. That can really cause havoc with your vibration. And, you know, I was about a week ago today. Oh my God, I was feeling like a little bit low vibrational. I was feeling a little bit teary. What did I do? What did I do? I kept saying to myself, tomorrow's going to be a better day. Tomorrow, I know I'm going to feel so good. And I'm just going to focus on doing everything that I can today to feel good. So I got myself some chocolate cake, and I watched a lovely chick flick in the evening. And anytime my mind wanted to wander, I just brought it back. I brought it back, focusing on me, that, you know, I'm doing great. I'm doing the best that I can with the tools that I've got, and everything's working out for me. And by the time I went to bed, you know, I'm doing my gratitudes. I woke up the next day. It's incredible. So that's why I always say 99.9%. Excuse me. But if I had a negative relationship, a job that I hated, having to commute, having to, you know, commute doing something that I didn't enjoy, having a body that I hated, having friends in my life that were just negative and miserable, or just all of that. That is very hard to then keep yourself in alignment, which is why the more you raise your vibration and the more you see your worth and the more you feel good, you don't want to be a part of that. You want to be a part of that. See it as selfish. If you want the life that you want, and you want the dreams to come true, and you see yourself in 4 years' time with this incredible life, then something has to give. Low vibrational jobs, low vibrational people, low vibrational relationships, low vibrational thoughts, not looking after yourself, not taking care of yourself, all of that has to stop. You have to show the universe that you are what you seek. Taking care of yourself, supporting yourself, prioritizing yourself, choosing yourself, being determined, being tenacious, seeing yourself as a limitless, unstoppable human being that is successful and talented, speaking beautiful, kind, loving, respectful affirmations into yourself, being grateful for all that you have and grateful for the things that you want to flow to you, thanking the universe. It's all of this is a part of raising your vibration, eating healthily, working out, being out in nature. All of this. All of this, you're saying that I'm taking care of myself, therefore I have become somebody that's seeking, I am what I seek, which is, to be in a loving relationship with somebody that would take care of me to the level I take care of myself, or even better, and vice versa. That I can support myself, therefore I can be supported. That I prioritize myself, therefore I can be prioritized. That I choose me, therefore I can be chosen. That I love me, therefore I can be loved. And so on and so on and so on. So focusing on yourself is beyond important. You've got a business idea, you've got a 9-to-5 job, you've got kids. It might mean that you can't start thinking about the business or putting effort into the business until 10, 11 o'clock at night, until 2 or 3 in the morning. You have to want it that much. I mean, Steve Harvey was living in his car for a couple of years, or maybe even 3 years. But he wanted it that much. He wanted that life that much. I'm not saying you have to go to that level, but he wanted it that much. I dropped to £1,500 in my bank account, literally having to start all over again, but I wanted it that much. You have to want it. So focus on you and not others. We're not comparing ourselves to what other people have. We are not going to compare ourselves any longer to whatever that is, whether it's about other people being more successful, other people looking more beautiful, other people having more money, whatever it is. We're not going to do that. We want to be focusing on ourselves, healing ourselves, seeing our worth, seeing our value, and allowing the dreams that we've been dreaming of, that we see and hear, to come to fruition, to become our reality. And talking to people about your dreams is not a wise idea. It's not been the best thing that I've done in the past. So I really hope that's helped. Remember, your imagination is a preview of your destiny. It's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. If you feel like that preview is out of reach, then I would suggest doing the self-love workshop. Fall in love with yourself. Then you'll see your worth. Then you'll stop settling for less in all areas of your life. So yeah, there you go. I really hope that this has helped you guys kind of take control back. I will actually just end with some affirmations that I say to myself on a daily basis. It's on a piece of paper, so bear with me. I write a lot of things down. So here we go. I am taking ownership of my life. I am moving towards my goals. I am getting better and better every single day. I will not stop. Say that one again. I will not stop reaching for the stars. I will never give up on me or my dreams. I am winning. I am no longer someone average or ordinary. I am here for bigger and better things. I am bigger and better and more than I can possibly have ever imagined. No one wants this life for me more than me. I will never give up on me. I am becoming so good at what I do. Other people are recognizing just how great I am. I am the best at all I do. I am the best I can be. I was born to be great. I am phenomenal. Nothing will stop me now. Nothing will ever stop me. I am committed to being the best. I am the champion of my life, especially when no one is looking. And what do I mean by that last one? Oh, and I will also say, I let go, I trust, I surrender. And my job is just to focus on how I feel and the higher vibration I have within, the more I'm going to get that back in creative opportunities, ideas, money, more success in my business, high vibrational people, etc., etc., etc. But what do I mean when no one is looking? I am the champion of my life when no one is looking. Well, in the past, when I was full of fear, there'd be a lot of tears. I wouldn't talk to people all the time about how much I cried when I was struggling with my business, building it. But I kept moving forwards, and that's it. I am the champion when no one else is looking. And you can get some people that are very, let's say, they look at you, and because they have a belief that they can't be that, they would then try to destroy that through their negative energies. Whether that's talking about you in a bad way or just being very, very jealous. But everybody can be whoever they want to be. It just takes faith. It takes faith and belief and knowing your worth, and consistency, discipline, commitment, obviously. So when no one is looking, when it's really hard, when you're struggling or when you're really, really tired and you keep pushing through, that's when you're your champion. When you wake up in the middle of the night and you're sat on the end of the bed and you're like head in hands and you're like, oh my God, how can I keep going like this? How can I keep going? And you do, and you keep going because you don't let go of the fact that you've got this dream. And the dream is always going to be bigger and better than you can possibly even think of. The dream is. It is. With all the clients I've had, the way that I was working my business then, my business model is changing because I will not work that way again. It has to be different now because that was not good for my health. But that's how I had chosen it to be, and now I'm choosing it to be something different. It's evolving as we do in life. But yeah, there will be people out there that don't see the hard work. They see the outcome, but they don't get the hard work that went behind that. The late nights, the sleepless nights, the whatever it is, even if it's, losing weight, and people see the outcome, like Oprah's lost a load of weight again. As I write this, I've been watching her on in her purple dresses because I think it's the anniversary of the Color Purple film. And she's lost a lot of weight. Is that journey easy? Was it easy? Probably not every day. But look at her now. So people will look at her now going, wow, but she made that happen. She made that happen. She made a decision for whatever reason that she was going to lose weight. And she did, and I'm sure there are days where she was like, oh, I just want to have, I don't know, chocolate and sweets and cake. And maybe she treated herself with something like that as well. But, you see, but we look at the outcome, or with anybody that's lost a lot of weight. Adele's lost a lot of weight. Again, it's a journey. It's all a journey. And it's always going to be bigger and better than you can imagine. The outcome always is. I'll never forget thinking, gosh, where am I going to get a client from my hometown? And then I had clients all over the world. And again, going back to Steve Harvey, he'd saved $250,000. He wanted to buy, this is years ago, I can't remember what year it was now, a long time ago, but he wanted to buy 6 acres of land. And he was like, I've got $250,000. God, I'd like to have some land. I want to be able to have my own land, or I can't be kicked off of it, because obviously when he was in his car, he was probably always being told to move on. So he went to look for the land, and he found some lovely land. I think it was in Texas. And but then he was shown, he was taken to somebody else that wanted to sell their land. He could afford the 6 acres, could afford the 6 acres. He's like, I just want 6, I just want 6 acres, God, that's all I need. I don't want anything too big or anything like that. And, I've got £250,000 I could put down. And then this person who had this other plot of land to sell, it was about 16 acres, I think. And Steve says, oh, I've only got 250,000. And this guy says, well, I'm a bit strapped for cash at the moment. So I'll take the 250,000 if you can bring it me in cash tomorrow and you can have the 16 acres. So then he's got this land of 16 acres for what he would have paid for the 6. He got 16. And not only that, he never really got to use that land for him, but he got to use it to help single mothers and their children. Amazing. Amazing. I would also recommend, actually, if you haven't read it already, The Surrender Experiment by Michael A. Singer. It's incredible. Something very similar in that story as well. So there we go. Focus on you. If you've got a dream, keep it to yourself. Do the work. Don't compare yourself. Remember, you are the champion, even when no one is looking. You are the champion of your life, even when no one is looking. All right, I really hope this has helped somebody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a million of you, to never give up on your dreams and to put the focus on you. And yes, it's being selfish, but it's for the life that you want, the life that you deserve, the life that you have dreamt of. And remember, in 4 years' time, what would it feel like if you had that life now? All right, lots and lots of love to you all, guys. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And I, as always, will be back very, very soon.